in this example, we see that we have three variables, x, y, and z, and we have three equations. We remember that systems are two or more equations with two or more variables. If we're going to have three variables, we're going to need three equations to help us solve this system. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for an easier system to solve. If I kind of ignore this last equation right here, I see that my first two equations each have just x and just y in them. So I can start by looking at those two as a system of two equations and two variables, and then bring in my third equation with that third variable to solve. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to pretend like this is my whole problem. Y equals 6x minus 11, and negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 7. Okay, I see that the best method for solving here is going to be the substitution method, because I can take what y equals right here, and I can plug it in for y in the other equation. Okay, so let's do that now. Negative 2x minus 3, and then instead of y, I'm going to put some parentheses where I'm going to plug this stuff in, okay, equals negative 7. So I'm going to do my substitution, and I'm going to substitute this in, 6x minus 11. Now I see I'm going to have to distribute. I've got this negative 3 outside the parentheses, so this becomes negative 2x minus 18x, okay, when I distribute. Negative 3 times negative 11 is positive 33 equals negative 7. All right, I can combine like terms. So this is negative 20x plus 33 equals negative 7. Subtract 33 on each side. So negative 20x equals negative 40. Divide by negative 20. So x equals 2. All right, I've got one of my three variables solved for. All right, I can solve for the other variable simply by taking this x equals 2, plugging it back into one of these two equations I was working with, and finding out what y equals. This equation here would be the easiest to work with. Y equals 6 times 2 minus 11. 6 times 2 we know is 12. 12 minus 11 is 1. So now I have two of my three variables. I know y equals 1, and I know x equals 2. Now it's time to bring in this third equation right here that has the z in it. Okay, we're going to replace the x, and we're going to replace the y with the two values that we've already found to find out what z equals. All right, so 3 times 2, which is what x equals, plus 2 times 1, which is what y equals, minus 4z equals 24. Okay, so all I did was substitute the x and the y into this third equation. So let's do the math here. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 times 1 is 2, minus 4z equals 24. Okay, now I can combine like terms. I have this 6 and the 2. 8 minus 4z equals 24. All right, subtract 8 on each side. So negative 4z equals 24 minus 8, which is 16. And finally, divide both sides by negative 4. So z equals negative 4. Okay. Now I've solved for all three of my variables, and I actually can write this as an ordered triple, x, y, and z. So this will be 2, 1, negative 4 for my final answer.